Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of To the Power of N. And today we have Ali Goedecke with us, and she is going to talk about the tips and tricks for networking. So we are going to unleash with her what are her tips and tricks for networking. And I know that Ali and I became really close friends with some of the details that we have that we'll be talking about today as well. And she has met some of the most influential people that you can imagine. So with that, Ali, welcome to the show. And I am going to ask you the same two questions I ask all of my guests. What are your tips and tricks for networking, and how has that helped you? Welcome, Ali.
Thank you, Nash, for having me here. I know that Power of N has become a go-to resource for networking tips and tricks, so I'm really honored to be here to be part of it. I'm a big why person, so I'm going to reframe your first question a little bit. I'll give a little bit of background about me and my philosophy on networking, and then I'll share what I'm all about, my tips and tricks, and the outcomes that that's delivered for me. So firstly, I grew up in Washington, D.C., born and raised. I know it gets a bad rap, but I actually think it's a very special place in terms of being able to meet all types of people. You get exposure to everyone. You understand how people and systems work. And I like to say that you get a boot camp in emotional intelligence. Now, I've never been a fan of networking as a concept because of the surface level connotation. But I actually believe that there's great value in what you're doing here. And this is something that's much, much deeper. My driving force is I love to help people. I've had family members, my parents growing up, several people close to me over the years who have helped me. And I believe strongly in paying that forward. And I know that we have that in common, Nash. Now, where do I direct that energy and that force? As a woman, I feel strongly about helping other women. I am in finance. I'm a chief of staff of a Fortune 200 company. And I think about things in terms of women are increasingly becoming the breadwinners within their relationships, within their partnerships. What that means is that they're increasing their financial independence, which after physical health is the most important human need. So I see women starting this power journey, but I actually believe that industries and society has more room to grow in terms of helping women to step into and take their power. So that takes individuals as well as networks of support to make that happen. What's my how of networking? So you are Power of N, Nash. I'll share Power of A for Ali to make it memorable. Though I can't reach your levels. I don't think that anyone can, really, but I'm going to try. So 3 words to remember, 3 A's: anchor, activate, and associate. Firstly, anchor, you have to set the time. I've been marinating a lot on a recent quote that I saw from US basketball great Michael Jordan, who said that you have to learn your leadership every day. Relationship building, networking is the same. You can't expect it to come to you. You have to go out and get it and set the time and energy. Second is activate. So you have to be bold. You have to be fearless. You have to be yourself. This is something that I have learned over the years. And Nash, I would be remiss if I didn't tell a quick story. I have a feeling that you wouldn't let me hear the end of it. So here we go. When I was growing up in Washington, D.C., I received an invitation and I was selected to attend a dinner at the White House hosted by the First Lady that featured powerful women luminaries across industries. I was super nervous. I arrived at the White House and I will never forget this moment where a member of the White House staff leaned over to me and said, "Do you know whose table you're sitting at?" I said, "No, who?" He said, "You're sitting at the First Lady's table." And my first thought, what I wanted to do, Nash and listener, is I wanted to melt into a puddle on the floor. But instead of doing that, I picked myself up, I maintained my confidence, and I marched right into the dining room. I sat right next to the First Lady. We had a great time, a great conversation, and that has stuck with me today and has taught me a lesson, which is I have the power to reach out to anybody. I have something to help, to deliver. And I would encourage others to think in the same mindset, no matter how powerful, how inspirational, how well known an individual is, they want to hear from you and they have something they can receive something from you that you have to offer. So in current times, I've reached out to CEOs of Fortune 100 companies asking for time, asking for help. And more times than not, they've actually responded to me. And what that means is you can always reach out, be bold, be fearless. Lastly is associate. So really spend the time understanding and defining what you want to be known for and the types of people that you want to associate, that you want to be connected with in your network. And so I think this is even better when you attract and reach out to people who think differently than you and have a different background than you. Nash, you and I have very different backgrounds, yet we have this common driving force of helping people and seeing women thrive in the world, which is a powerful force and goes a long way. So I'll wrap up with how has this helped me? How has this moved me forward? And I'll say one thing is I go into networking less focus on what am I going to get and more focus on what am I going to learn. And I find through that orientation that things just start to happen in that way. So I receive job offers, connections with truly awesome and amazing people like yourself, Nash. I learn a new topic that becomes an interest or hobby. I am opened up to new career pathways and possibilities. And my favorite one is planting the seed for others to grow and surpass me. And I'm not a parent, but I imagine this is what being a parent feels like.
Okay, thank you so much, Ali. This was phenomenal. I love the 3 A's: anchor, activate, and associate. Being bold definitely is something that people have to surpass or get out of your own way, as we like to say it, right? Get versus learn is phenomenal. Thank you so much, Ali, for being on the show and sharing your wisdom with us. I'm sure the guest got a lot from our episode today, and for more such exciting episodes and to learn more about the power of N, stay tuned in and subscribe to the episode. And again, thank you, Ali, for being on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nash, for having me today. And thank you, listener. Make sure to stay connected and subscribe to Power of N.
Thank you. Thank you again.